Hi guys, welcome back. Pile number one. All right, guys, you guys felt called to pick the cell phone. All right, so this is your late night message. Let's see what came out for you. Let's see, last card for pile number one. Okay, pile number one, right off the bat, before we get into these messages, I feel like you're about to step into a new season. Something is going to be like reignited in your life, okay? And I also feel like if you have been feeling a little unfulfilled, or if you feel like life has been a little bit dull, you are going to find happiness in like the small things. There's an energy of gratitude that comes when something new is going to be ignited for you. You definitely have a pile of optimism and joy and happiness. So I do see fulfillment up ahead for you. I also feel like you're going to be romanticizing your life a little bit more. So, whether this is just, eating your favorite foods, cooking new recipes, starting new hobbies or interests, or even frequenting new places, new environments that you have not, I'm hearing like uncharted. So, like places that you haven't been before, trying new restaurants, trying new cafes, going to a new library. Okay, so there's definitely some energies here of you romanticizing your life and finding happiness in the little things. You also have a pile of romance as well, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But your first card here is the card of birth. Okay, so definitely entering a new season. And I do feel like this season has a lot of joy or optimism, a lot of happiness and fulfillment coming towards you. I do feel like you're going to be catering to your inner child. There is a sense of someone coming along on this journey with you, whether that is a romantic interest or that could be a new friend. There's also energy of your ancestors or your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you believe in, passing something on to you. Okay, so you definitely have a blessing or a gift that's being given to you, maybe after going through a tough period or a period of stagnancy, or maybe even learning a really tough lesson that could have taken you some cycles to learn. Okay, so it feels like you're reaching the end of just feeling stagnant and there's something new that you're about to embark on. All right, so let me go ahead and read these cards for you. So, this card of birth, this talks about, it says, the sun shines upon a plain in England where stands a ancient henge in the in the distance and a grove of birch trees nearby. Upon many of the trees is carved the old Celtic Ogham letter Beeth, okay, which represents the birch tree and stands for birth. A beautiful woman walks forward carrying a basket while two children run happily toward her. Sorry, guys, if I'm not reading the best. It is late, okay? All right, within this card, it's time for a new start, perhaps an actual birth or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away and a new one begins, okay? So I definitely did see that energy within your pile. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories in your past lives. There may be some labor involved, but it's labor that bears fruit. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality, and motherhood. There may be new energy in romance, the family, or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project too. Whatever it is, celebrate, prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come. All right, so this card also signifies again birth of something new, maybe a new passion or interest or just a new identity. This also can talk about pregnancy and welcoming new life. It also is the energy of maybe birthing a new connection. Okay, so we definitely see that. Oh, and also a home. So some of you guys could be moving, or there's a new home that could be a blessing that's coming towards you, a new environment, a new home base. Okay. And you also have the Knight of Raphael. And let me go ahead and get that book ready. All right, so this one talks about romantic, dramatic, poetic, and introspective energy. And this one says committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Okay, and let's read that one. All right, so the Knight of Raphael. It says, be prepared to be swept off your feet. Someone has the ability to bring deep emotions to the surface. This card often represents falling in love. It can also herald creative or artistic proposals and career opportunities, as well as situations or topics that make your heart flutter happily. Someone who is a champion of emotion and artistic endeavors, a person who is in love with love itself and anything romantic, a poetic, dramatic, optimistic, sophisticated, and introspective person. Additional meanings of this card are engagements and weddings, rose colored glasses, powerful emotions, and a need to get grounded. All right, so I think that last message, a need to get grounded, is what you need to do at this time to prepare for this new season or chapter. You may be asked to make more practical decisions during this time. You may feel like your life is a little bit more practical than what you would like. But you really need to stay grounded as you are about to embark in this new season, because this new season is going to be very playful. You're going to have a lot of fun, but there's also like discipline that's needed with that. Okay. There's an energy of like being so fulfilled and being so happy that you also want to have the balance of self control and discipline as you are going into a new, very playful chapter or season. Okay. So maybe that's why right now things feel very stagnant. It may not feel like you can go running, with a lot of liberation into the fields and live your best life just yet, but that's right around the corner for you. What I think is very interesting about your pile, number one, you guys have the Page of Cups and you also have the Moon. All right, so this has a lot of different messages. First and foremost, what I want to say and get out of the way is that there definitely is a secret admirer around you. And I do feel like this person is about to reveal their emotions for you, or something's going to come to the surface. This person also could have been very shy or scared to come towards you, or maybe even ask to hang out with you or date you. But I feel like they're not going to be able to hide it anymore. And there's definitely some long awaited emotions that are surfacing within this next chapter. Could be even in July, where you start to see that this person cannot hold back from you, whether they want to be your friend or they want to date you. I'm also seeing that there is some type of interest that you're going to have that's going to take you very far. When you start to really like whatever this is, you may be very shocked that you're liking this, or you may feel like you don't know where this came from. You don't even understand how you started to really be inspired by this. Okay. It feels like something that's so outside of your identity that you're currently sitting in, that you just don't even understand why you're feeling pulled into this direction with the moon. And it's definitely going to require a lot of action. There's a lot of opportunities coming your way that you just don't see coming. Okay. So there's definitely a new chapter happening for you. Tell me about the Page of Cups for pile number one. Okay, yeah. So we have the Seven of Swords here. Some of you guys dealt with betrayal most recently, and there could be an apology coming in. I feel like, again, this pile signals the end of a chapter and moving into something new. So it may be, you may be really shocked to see that you're no longer willing to tolerate some type of situation that you felt betrayed in. If you feel like someone lied to you, if you felt like someone did you wrong, if you felt like someone hurt your feelings or disappointed you, you have this energy now that's signaling not to invite this person into your next chapter. So you may be really deading that connection, and that's allowing room or space for this new one to come rolling in. Okay, so don't be surprised if you do get an apology and you're not willing to accept it, or you feel like it's fake or phony, or you may feel like, you're not willing to bring this connection into your next season. And that also could be like the mark that you're about to start this next chapter. Okay. Now there's also someone around you who's really trying to hide their emotions for you. Someone who could have a crush on you, or someone who admires you from afar. Feels like this person has been really good at hiding their emotions around you without being uncovered. What's going on with this person at this time? What will really bond you and this person are like hobbies and interests. So there may be some type of hobby or interest or passion that you and this person could share that's going to unlock this new bond coming in for you. Because I keep seeing the Page of Cups. Okay. This person could also be a little bit younger than you, or you may consider them not to have as much experience or maturity as you. All right. But I do still see that there's an energy of commitment and learning from each other with the Hierophant. Another thing that you may really like about this person is that they have incredible faith, or they may really be deeply religious, or they could be very spiritual, like they have good spiritual hygiene, or they have a great spiritual routine that you may really like. Okay. Definitely feels like there's this connection is also about wisdom. So there could be a trade in experiences that may be needed in this next chapter between you and them. I also see that things are going to be unfolding between you two very, very fast. And as it is moving really quickly, how you guys are bonding with each other, I do see some anxiety around that. Okay, so you may feel like this connection could move faster than you're used to or what you feel comfortable with. And there's almost this energy of like, not wanting to repeat a chapter, not wanting to repeat a cycle. So, kind of questioning how fast things are moving, even if it feels authentic, just questioning, if you should even be allowing your guard down this quickly. But I feel like it comes very authentically and natural to both of you. Tell me about the moon here. All right, we have the King of Cups. Okay, so again, very mysteriously, your life is just going to get much better than what it has been. I just see you like almost overnight, you start to feel more fulfilled in your life. And it really does signify that you're moving into a new season of being genuinely happy and having a lot of gratitude. And maybe even this could even be like a outcome of you making more practical or grounded decisions. So it could be like, again, the fruits of your labor, your efforts, how you have grown, evolved, or changed over time. But I just see you being way more happier. And with the moon, it almost like creeps up on you where you don't see it coming. All right. So again, and it really does talk about how you have been able to emotionally regulate as well. So your moods, if you dealt with like mood swings or up and downs, fluctuations in your moods, that's coming to a cease. And I just see that you're releasing a lot of things of your past that were disappointing, and you're moving into a much happier time period, which is really nice. Look, I'm not lying. That's really what I'm seeing here. We have the sun. So definitely positive times ahead. You have nothing to worry about here. And again, one of the most significant energies that's coming forth in this pile is that you're not going to see it coming. It's almost like you wake up one day and you just choose happiness and you are happy and nothing can bring you down. And you're so optimistic and you're positive. And you may feel a little bit more playful. You may not be taking life so seriously, but you also have the maturity, the experience, or the wisdom to make practical decisions, even as life is getting a little bit more carefree. You're not being reckless with your newfound freedom. If you're feeling free from stagnancy, if you're feeling free from heavy burdens, free from unfitting connections, you're just being very responsible with this happiness. It's almost like you have this there's this lesson here where you realize that, your happiness is a part of your responsibilities. You have to choose to be happy every day, and also how sacred it is, your peace and your happiness and being grounded. So making sure that you're in the right environments, making sure that you're keeping up with your routines, making sure that you have the right connections around you that are not going to upset you or take you off balance. That's something that's going to be very important to you. And again, I do see a very committed connection that's coming towards you, someone who could have really taken a liking for you for a long time, but just was a little bit nervous to show it. And that is part of this new chapter coming in. All right, so this is your late night message, pile number 1. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry that I was not reading the best, but it is late, so just bear with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please like the video, comment down below, let me know what resonated for you. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I do put out more pick a cards all the time. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. All right, bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. All right, this is your late night message for those of you who felt called to pick the TV. This is for you. Okay, let's see what comes out for you for your late night messages. Okay. All right. Pile number 2, what I'm seeing right away is that you need to, expect change. Okay. Your current circumstances are temporary and it's not something that's permanent. And you shouldn't look at your life as it being permanent. Do not underestimate how your circumstances can change very swiftly. Always remember that what goes down must come back up. Okay. So if you're feeling like you're just not feeling the most lucky right now, or you're feeling a little troubled, or you're having any challenges, just know that this is a temporary energy for you, and it's not your fate. It's not your outcome. Okay. There's definitely going to be changes here. And there's also like this reminder to continue to make positive choices. Okay. Because it's you guys have this pile where you see a lot of times, like even in fictional things like movies or books, you always see that the good people finish last, or you may see the good people go through a lot of challenges, and it feels like, why should it be that way? And I feel like you have been making great choices lately. I feel like you have been super committed to your goals and committed to, seeing through this tough time that you're going through, but you may feel like it's just not happening for you right now. And what ends up happening sometimes with people when they feel like they're not getting their just due, they make a switch. Okay. So it's the same as someone who's very optimistic for months to no end and feeling like their life is not changing, and then they turn pessimistic. Or someone who's been making really positive choices, always looking out for others, and because they feel like they're not getting their justice, then they may start to be a little bit more selfish, or they may start to make choices that harm others. And I definitely see that you are questioning, what you've been doing. Like you're wondering, is there a better way to target what I'm going through? And I feel like, you're being called to stay committed to your values and your morals here. Because, you have the Lovers and you have the Hierophant. So I feel like you definitely are very like committed to source. You definitely have a lot of faith. You could be deeply spiritual or religious. There's some type of tradition that you do abide by, but you don't feel like it's making any changes in your life. And I just want you to know that your season is coming. Okay. So definitely don't switch up on yourself, is the message that's coming out for you. So you have the Four of Forces here, and this is the card of spring and autumn. So something is telling you to be a little bit more patient for fall or autumn season to come through. It is a season of harvest, being able to harvest your fruit of your labors, or all the effort that you've been putting in to get a great outcome is definitely coming through for you. Could be the end of September, moving through October, November. And that may seem like such a long time to wait for someone who's been so faithful, but I feel like you have a very big blessing that is a large package that takes a little bit more time to deliver. So just try to keep that in mind. But let me go ahead and read this for you. All right, let's see what this card wants to say for my pile number 2. Let me look and see where I can find it. One second, guys, while I try to find it here. All right, so spring and autumn for pile number 2. The spring card upright shows a budding tree and flowers beginning to bloom. It is one of the seasonal cycle cards, and it indicates that you are entering a time of planting and active preparation. Just as the spring is a very full time for the farmer who is tilling the ground and planting his crop, So let yourself put in a little bit more effort now as you lay the groundwork for the time ahead. This could be a very creative period for you. Take action in creative projects or work related endeavors that require more time and attention. The work you do now could yield great rewards later. Make sure you engage in this extra activity with joy and optimism. You are always planting your energy into the Akashic records of your life. So, as you work toward your goals, remember to plant hope and happiness along with all the actions that you take. Okay. So, yes, that card right there, I feel like, the energy that you're putting out here, not only just your efforts, but the energy and how you feel about your future is really going to be important to what you manifest in the fall season. And again, I feel like there's a really great reward that you have up ahead that you just may not be able to see. So it's hard to believe in, but I do feel like your reward is much greater than maybe the people or the situations that you see right now that could be thriving. But again, there's more than meets the eye. Sometimes we may see people who it looks like they are thriving, but we don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. So there's something about patience here, and it could be really hard for you because I do see that you went through a tough season and you're not out of it yet, but there is a very great reward waiting for you down the line. And it really has something to do with your choices. Life is all about choices, and the choices that you are making and you will continue to make are leading you to this great reward. You also have the Five of Gabriel here, which definitely lets me know that you have had some challenges recently, okay? So, Five of Gabriel says, a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. All right, let me read that one for you. All right, Five of Gabriel for pile number 2. You have what it takes to solve this puzzle. You may not have all the pieces just yet, but working with others and finding compromise is the way to come to a peaceful resolution. Some of the interpersonal conflicts and challenges that you're experiencing may very well be reflections of struggles you're having within yourself. Stand back and take a look at the big picture. Listen carefully to other people's viewpoints. When you draw this card, it's a recommendation to withdraw from the drama of others if you can do so gracefully. Healthy competition can make you stronger and be very fulfilling. Keep your intentions positive and your ethics of the highest caliber. And additional meanings of this card: multiple situations vying for your attention, dramatic people, petty quarrels, and sporting events. Okay. The World Cup could be very significant to you as well. So I don't know what that means, but maybe you're going to get some messages with whether you do like to watch sports or soccer. And maybe there's a certain ad that may come up as you're watching this and it may speak to you directly. There could be certain events that are happening around you or in your community that may also speak to you in a certain way. But also with that Five of Gabriel, or like this is kind of reminiscent of the Five of Wands. This can be a very unsettling time where you feel like people are challenging you and people keep trying you and making you feel very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable energy. But what it really does, it riles you up and it lights a fire up under your butt to keep going, to see something through. And, there's something about you that you may really struggle with the competition that's coming towards you or how the universe is challenging you right now. But this is also how you thrive. You thrive in competitive situations. You thrive in maybe proving yourself in unlikely circumstances. And this is actually pushing you to see your manifestation through because maybe you are getting into a place where you are losing faith or you're losing optimism or you wanted to give up. Okay. So there's something about character building. You could be manifesting something very abundant that it takes like a very strong person to hold this manifestation down. You can't be a weak individual who possesses whatever this is, whether you're looking for some type of career blessing or financial blessing. Um, Or maybe even if you're looking to, branch out when it comes to adventure or friendship, social circles, it takes someone who's very confident, and it takes someone who has like maybe high skill set, also maturity, wisdom, someone who may be very disciplined. Okay. So everything that you're going through right now is building up that character for you to be able to be the person to step into the identity that can hold this big blessing. And it's definitely coming true for you. All right. So now with again, you have the lovers here, and you also have the Hierophant. I feel like also too, your card kept talking about dramatic people or drama of others. Okay. I feel like a lot of the drama that's been coming your way has to do with people disregarding you and not treating you as an equal, especially with the lovers. The lovers can talk about other people's choices that have an effect on you or your life. So people just not thinking about you when they're going out there and creating nonsense, and how it may affect you, how it may affect you at work, how it may affect you emotionally, how it may affect your finances, your living situation. So you've been dealing with some very careless people. You've been dealing with people who may have been in competition with you, rivals, and also people who just did not think about you or consider you the same way that you would consider them. And so there's definitely a lesson there about that as well. And maybe you're learning not to give so much of yourself, when it comes to certain connections, because people have really been doing you dirty. And I feel like that's been really tough on you with the lovers being here. Clarify the lovers for pile number 2. That really sucks. But again, there's lessons here, because when you do get this great blessing, you have to have discernment to who can be around you. It's like Empress energy, people who are around you naturally as you possess this abundance, it naturally rubs off on them. So it's almost like having better discernment so that when you are blessed with whatever this is, you know how to weed out the enemy. Okay. Tell me about the lovers here. Yeah, 8 of Wands. And this has been happening back to back for you with that 8 of Wands. So as soon as you get one tough situation or challenge under wraps, it feels like there's another challenge that's hitting you from the side. And it almost feels like you don't have any downtime from feeling like you're going through some type of struggle or challenge, which can be really, really hard. Okay. So I'm so sorry about that. Right now, you definitely feel like a victim, which you are. And a part of the thing that's really hurting you so much is that you're very determined to get something done, but it feels like you're being held back in a major way. And another thing I'm seeing here too, you have really good intentions with whatever you're trying to possess or materialize, but there's a lot of jealousy, underhanded jealousy that's coming your way as well. So it just feels like you're just going through back to back challenges that feel deeply unfair. But again, there's something really great that's coming your way. Right now, you may feel very unfulfilled with life. You may not feel like you're seeing the bigger picture. You're starting to really feel like you want to give up, or what's the point of being the stand up person every day? But again, there is an outcome here that's going to be all worth it. And you will look back on this with a certain amount of humor. I know you don't feel it now. There's nothing funny about this right now, but there is humor in this when you do get your blessing, that you'll be like, okay, I understand why I had to go through those things. I understand why. All right. Saying about the Hierophant. All right. Again, what I see for you, and this is a little bit of a warning, but what I do see for you is a unfair work situation that you still could be going through. Okay. So let's see, what is your outcome with that, or your advice? If you are dealing with an unfair work situation, whether that's like you're not getting paid what you feel like you should be getting paid, or if you're dealing with office drama or an unfair boss, okay, whatever it may be, what is your advice? What's your outcome? All right. So your outcome here is the card of like waiting for your ships to come in. So again, you have a big blessing coming towards you. It's not coming overnight, right? It's not happening right away, but it's definitely on its way and there is movement there. Your advice here is the room card. Be careful who you keep around, you know? In a work situation, you may have a close connection, or you may be in connection with someone who is very drama filled. And it's time to kind of like play a little bit of musical chairs and switch up who you're next to in the room. You know, this may be a time for you to challenge yourself to get to know maybe the quiet person in the office, or the type of people that you don't feel like you have a necessarily a bond with, but may be good for you professionally. So it's something about networking with different energies, because whoever you have felt very comfortable or have adapted to are just not, they're bringing you more harm than positive at this time. So that's your advice. If you can help it, try to network or get to know energies or people that you usually wouldn't go towards, you know? Maybe you haven't looked their way. Maybe you feel like they haven't looked your way, but this is really your time to stand out and be bold and get to know or rub elbows with these type of people, because whoever you could be currently around, there's like drama that surrounds them. All right. And also with networking could come other opportunities, as I see one is happening for you. Anything else with this situation? Yeah, like this is the card of the merchant. So it's basically telling you to shop around. If you're unhappy in a certain situation, don't be afraid to shop around. Don't be afraid to network. Don't be afraid to job search, you know? Don't be afraid to see what other offers there may be in different departments or a different location. It's okay for you to move away from an environment that has been very unfulfilling for you, because even this room card looks very disheveled. So something, you have outgrown a certain space and something just doesn't look positive for you anymore. All right. So definitely your advice here is to network or shop around, whatever that may mean for you. I feel like you'll understand it as you watch this reading. Okay. Anything else that my pile number two needs to know? Anything positive that they can focus on as they wait for the seasons to change for them? All right, what do you want to tell pile number two? Pile number two, okay, I feel like you're getting a very similar message as pile number one. And there's this energy of romanticizing your life, okay? Sometimes also when you're dealing with work and you're really trying to achieve a goal financially or career wise, that's all that we can focus on. And we forget to have a life outside of what we do to create a living. And so you're being asked here to get out more, maybe to do things on your off days, or when you get home, romanticize your home life a little bit more, whether that's about you renovating, redecorating, moving furniture around, or if this is about like making sure that you're picking up hobbies or interests within your home that kind of like fill up your schedule and make you happy, or even if this is about getting out more and maybe, you know, focusing on dating or meeting new friends, socializing. So definitely want to romanticize your life while you are waiting. There's this energy of like not watching the pot to boil. You know that saying where it says like if you watch a pot boiling, it's going to take forever, but if you kind of just, you know, distract yourself and do other things, it happens a little bit quicker. And that's what I see happening for you. All right, so that's what I have for you, pile number two. This is your late night message. I hope that this helped you. Please like the video before you go. Comment down below. Let me know what resonated for you. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I do post picker cards all the time. And yes, guys, I will see you in the next one. All right, pile number three. This is for those of you who felt called to pick the cup of coffee. All right, this will be your late night message. Let's see what came out for you. Okay. All right. So, pile number two, right off the bat with your cards. I mean, sorry, pile number three. I apologize. Pile number three, right off the bat with your cards. I see that there's a message about you taking more time to enjoy your journey. Okay. So, also, where you are now is not your final destination. So, if there was any worries or fears about that, feeling like, is this all that I'm going to achieve? Or am I just going to be stagnant forever? Or, am I having a hard time, breaking this limit that I feel restricted by? Is definitely not your outcome. You definitely have a much bigger role to achieve here. You have a bigger outcome that is going to happen in your journey. But right now, I feel like the universe really wants to teach you about enjoying the journey and not having so much anxiety or overthinking the outcome so much. Okay. There's something about you enjoying where you are. You have this energy of like nomad or nomadic energy where you are, you're currently at one place, but you'll be relocating or having some movement to a next place. And then you'll be going somewhere else. And then eventually you'll settle. Okay. But right now is about adventure and socializing, meeting new people, and enjoying the experience. And I feel like you've been really struggling with that as of lately, is enjoying the experience, because you may have so many worries about if you're going to reach this outcome that you have been manifesting, that you think about all the time, like you've already seen it. And I'm being told to tell you that if you have seen what your outcome is supposed to be, then obviously it is in the works for you. You would not be able to imagine it if it wasn't going to come true. Okay. So that's confirmation for those of you who have been worried. You definitely have a big role here to fulfill. You have big shoes to fill. And I think that also puts a lot of pressure on you because that's something that you naturally feel. You have the Emperor here. So you are meant to be a leader. And I feel like you already are a leader. You need to think about the way in your life you have already led, whether that be professionally or business wise, or if that's been in your family, maybe in your friend group, maybe in your romantic connections, maybe even just being your own leader, moving through life without having, what do you call it? The guidance that you may have felt like you needed, but you still landed on your feet. So you definitely need to, take a look back and reflect about the times that you have been a big leader, and make sure that you're having grace for yourself, or even giving yourself a pat on the back, because even though you have big shoes to fill, you have already filled them in a lot of ways over the years. Okay, so you definitely have always been a leader, but maybe you're not giving yourself enough credit, and you are going to become this even more, influential leader down the line. And that this is part of your prophecy with that Emperor energy. I also feel like with the Emperor being here, you have had a lot of responsibilities that have come down on you during this chapter of your life, and it's been difficult, but you have been able to see it through. You have not been defeated yet. Maybe you have felt like you had some failures or some setbacks, but you still are standing today. Okay, so there's something about that. And yeah, before we even talk about anything else, we do have the Knight of Cups, and we also have an energy of you having someone very special in your life. Could be a romantic connection that is part of this journey or experience. So, you're being reminded to enjoy this experience, but you also are not doing it alone. Okay, there's a very significant romantic connection that either you already possess or is coming in for you very shortly. So, let me go ahead and read this first card here for you. This is the Ark of the Covenant. Okay. Let me read that for you guys. 1 second. All right. The Ark of the Covenant for pile number 3. The stars are shining on a serene desert night. Fires burn before a number of white tents. Inside one of the tents, just beyond the open front flaps, rests the Ark of the Covenant. 2 men sit by a crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or title transfer. It can also show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. More often, it indicates that you are living true to your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working toward greater discoveries, and bringing your unique contribution to the world. Your karma does not rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, take a rest. Taking a rest doesn't break your covenant, it supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there is no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has a far reaching influence that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work towards your highest purpose to uphold the sacred covenant you have to touch the world with your light. All right, lots of messages here. And you know what's interesting? This card tells you that it's okay to take breaks. And it's very interesting because, you felt called to the pile that had the cup of coffee. So I feel like it really is a struggle for you to take breaks. And even when you are tired, you do try to do things to continue your stamina, even when you should be maybe taking a nap or taking a load off. So, again, part of this chapter right now that you're currently in is about really enjoying the experience and slowing down a little bit and not trying to rush the outcome because the journey is very beautiful for you here. You also had this energy of entering some type of contract. So, you could be doing that with a special, significant person here. There could be some legal things happening for you, whether you're starting like a business partnership, you could be getting a new home, a new car. You could be maybe starting a business. Okay. So there is something very beautiful with that. You also could be getting married soon. Okay. So this chapter that you're in could also involve engagement of some sort. All right. But you also have the Two of Raphael here. Okay, so there is someone very significant that is going to be on this journey with you. And this says, two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. Okay, so Two of Raphael. Let's see what that one wants to say for you. All right, Two of Raphael. Two hearts can create something wonderful. A friendship can grow deeper, or a romance can flourish and bloom. Regardless of the nature of the relationship, time deepens the bond, and a long term connection based on respect and understanding develops. This is the card of kindred spirits. Forgiveness heals wounded feelings, relationships can be reconciled. Now is not the time to give up on those that you love. Disagreements between people or groups will come to positive resolutions. Additional meanings of this card: flirting, making a commitment, mutual interest, and a magnetic connection. All right. So those of you who are already dealing with this person, I do feel like there could have been some frustrations that could have went down between you and them. And you also may be at a place where you are still searching for that fulfillment of success. And you may wonder whether you're meant to go on this journey alone, or is this someone that you both will be unlocking this future together. And I feel like there's confirmation here that this person is meant to be on this journey with you, and they are a part of this legacy that you're building. And those of you who are single at this time, there could be a significant reconciliation or reunion that's coming towards you. Or you may be meeting someone new that things are going to deepen really quickly, and you may struggle to be open to that. You may struggle to be open to romance or even a deep friendship, as you are very focused and concentrated on the bigger goal at hand. But again, it's saying it's okay to take time to slow down and to bond and to enjoy this connection, and maybe even take some rest from the everyday hustle, and really focus on this connection. You have the Knight of Cups here, so there's confirmation as well that this current season involves romance for you and deepening of some type of romantic interest. And what you may also see is that this person and you have similar goals, especially when it comes to the Emperor. So this could be someone who is a significant breadwinner in their family, or a big leader in their family or community or environment. Maybe even what they do for work. They may hold a manager position or a leadership position. You're going to see significant leadership qualities in this person that lets you know that you guys are meant to be. There's someone who's going to understand the drive, the ambition that you have towards this big goal that you're waiting on. Okay. So let's clarify the Emperor for pile number 3. Yeah, you have unique bond here. So there's a very significant power couple situation that's unlocking for you. I do see that you and this person definitely do challenge each other to be your best selves. Okay. So this is like your accountability partner. This is the person who, makes sure that you're getting up and taking on the day every day. This is the person who will be your workout partner. They really challenge you to be your best self. There could be a little bit of conflict that goes within that. If you feel like you're being pushed too hard or if you're pushing them too hard, but nonetheless, you will see that your joint values and goals in life bring you guys back together. It's definitely a very unique bond, not someone who may be your normal type. It could be someone that there is a significant age difference or maybe a difference in background, how you guys grew up. But there's something really unique that brings you guys together here with this unique bond card that's coming out. And I do see family being a big thing as well. So, fourth house energy, because even with the Ark of the Covenant, I really get fourth house energy of like home and stability. And that may be something, stability could be like a challenge for you right now, but you will land on your feet and really enjoy the process, even with the challenges that come. There are some beautiful blessings that are also coming towards you at the same time. So it's also a reminder to slow down and smell the flowers kind of energy. Tell me about this connection with the Knight of Cups. What you may find is that this connection deepens during this season of your life. Okay. This connection will be very important to you. There's a level of importance because even the Emperor is like someone who's not the most lovey dovey or the most romantic person. But one thing about the Emperor is that they take their romantic connection super seriously. And stability within that connection is very important to them. So you may see those sides of you come out in this bond. Like you're not going to play about this person and neither are they going to play about you. Okay. Yeah, Hierophant. All right. So this connection could definitely take a traditional sense. It definitely has marriage potential here with the Hierophant. Another part of this connection that's really important, you guys restore faith within each other. So if someone here was starting to give up hope or give up on themselves, the other person is there to remind them what they're doing this for and that they have made progress. Okay. So there's this energy of like wisdom and learning from each other. And this is the guidance that you can trust. You trust this person's opinion because they also have similar goals here and they're also making an effort every day to go towards that goal. There's also some really fun times up ahead for you and this person. So look forward to that. And again, I think this is a time of really enjoying the little things in life and slowing down and smelling the roses or the flowers around you. Yes, you also have a new beginning. So pretty soon you won't be in the same place that you are. If you feel a little stagnant right now, if you're wanting some forward movement, you're ready for the next big thing, it is coming in for you. And there's a level of excitement that you and this person will graduate from your current circumstances together to the next level up. And there's so much to celebrate here, and it's very exciting new beginning that you guys will embark on together. So again, if you're single at this time, I feel like your next chapter, the next thing that you're going to be excited about, the progress that you'll be making, that you're actually seeing yourself getting closer and closer to your desired reality, it will include you with someone else. It's a joint celebration. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's someone very significant here that you will be enjoying this next chapter with. And there's this energy of being very proud and being very excited about it. Okay. So, yes, that is your late night message, pile number 3. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please like the video before you go, comment down below, let me know what resonated for you. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new here because I do post pick a cards all the time, so you don't want to miss out. I love you guys so much, pile number 3, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.